Welcome to FDAT.
Photo chat. There we go. There we go.
It's the first episode, I guess.
Yep, first episode, and basically we're just talking about photography and
Life.
life. Yes. Whatever happens to come up is what we're going to talk about.
Yes, also there's no filter. We should throw that out there. That was the whole point of the title.
Yes, yes.
Um,
No filter, so F will probably come up a few times.
Fucking right. That sounded funnier
Yes.
in my head.
I'm sure a lot of things sound funny in your head.
I'm Vanessa.
I'm Chuck, and
That's our intro.
yeah.
That's all you need to know about us. No, we both work at a unnamed camera store.
Yes.
How we're buddies. Are we buddies?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Glad to hear that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We've gone out shooting together. Now I do mostly wildlife and nature, landscapes and stuff like that. And Vanessa does. What do you?
Crickets.
Crickets. You
Um,
photograph crickets.
yeah.
It's hard to get them to pose.
No, I do a little bit. I've done a little bit of everything. I'm not really huge into wildlife stuff. More so like portraiture, and studio stuff is fun, and commercial, and for fun, I like to take pictures of like bugs.
Yes.
I
Well,
like
because your
bugs.
dad's a beekeeper.
Yes, I'm from a family of beekeepers.
Right? Yes.
So
Yes.
So that's
more
fun.
than one bee. They've got
more
two
than we
bees.
just keep
Yeah.
one bee. His
Yes.
name is George. Actually, her name. Sorry.
Her name
There's
is George?
Yeah, all worker bees are female.
Oh, okay.
This news to you.
Yes. Yes.
This is the fun fact of the day, you guys. The only male bees in a honeybee hive are called drones, and there's only a couple, and they contribute nothing to the hive other than eating, sleeping, and having sex with the queen all day.
I want
Which-
to be a drone.
Most men will say that, but in the winter, when they're worried about survival, the female worker bees will drag the male bees out and kill them. How do you feel about being a drone? Does that happen pretty much anyway?
Well, you get to spend a whole summer having sex with a queen.
And then you die.
Yeah.
Is that the only thing you want to do
it's
in
a
life?
good way to die.
Oh my god.
Right?
Yeah, so we work in a camera store, and
Yeah.
that's what we shoot. And we have a lot of funny conversations.
Oh, yeah.
So we thought it would be fun to do a little podcast and try to capture some of those.
Yes.
Maybe some of you will find it funny.
Yeah. Coming into work this morning, I'm on my way to work, and I'm halfway here, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm forgetting something. And I realize...
It's your
I didn't-
dignity.
Yeah, my dignity. I didn't bring any face masks. I left them all at home. So after we're done the podcast, I'm going to have to run out to the store and get myself a face mask.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. How was your morning?
Rough.
Rough?
Rough. I didn't choose a good look for the first podcast. Normally I have nice makeup, a nice outfit. I'm not hating the Green Day shirt today though, but yeah, it was, I did not leave myself enough time to get ready this morning. It's a story of my life. I decided, so we were going to be here at 9 a.m. We were going to be here at 9:30, which means I have to leave at 9. And, is that a brain fart? I had to leave at 9. And so I set my alarm for 7:30. 7:30 comes around, I reset it for 8. 8 comes around, I reset it for 8:40. Not 8:30, 8:40. So I get up, and then normally I can wing it in 20 minutes. Maybe throw some actual eyeliner on, get ready, go get coffee or make coffee or something. But I forgot that we're watching Justin's, my partner, Justin. I felt like I had to clarify that. We're watching his 2 family dogs right now, which are 2 very little Yorkies. who have like a very strong attitude, and they're both very different from each other. Anyways, I forgot I had to take care of them this morning, so take them out for a pee and feed them and stuff. Did not leave myself enough time for that. Took them out to pee. But the part that makes it more time consuming is that I take these dogs out. And okay, so there's one dog named Ruby. Ruby is like 7 years old. She is like a badass bitch. Nobody fucks with Ruby, right? Like she will not let any like pleb come and pet her. She'll growl at you and everything. And she's very stubborn and set in her ways. And then there's Dory. And Dory is 3 years old. And I don't know how to explain her. She's a very anxious dog, very anxious, but she's also like, she's not all there.
Sounds like Titan.
Yeah. So I take them out to go pee. We're in an apartment building. First of all, they're not used to stairs, that many stairs. Take them outside. Ruby goes this way. Dory crosses over and goes this way. So I'm literally wrapped in leash. And I'm all pissy because I'm like, oh my God, I have 5 minutes to go like brush my teeth and get my stuff before I leave. Because then I have to, I'm going to be late. And they didn't want to do that. So then I'm like, okay, get them untangled. I'm like, let's go pee. Dory decides that she doesn't want to walk anymore, so she plants her feet in the ground and is not moving. And Ruby is pulling. And I'm like... Anyways, that was my morning. I left 8 minutes late.
See, the nice thing with Yorkies, though, is you can move them.
Yes.
Right?
Well, Dory will run and hide under things, like in closets. So if you can get her, you can pick her up.
But with the leash.
Yeah. Like I can just give her a little...
Yeah.
That sounds really mean, but like just not even like a hard one, just like a little pull,
Yeah,
and she'll be like, okay.
I've got 2 Great Danes. Okay? So Titan, we just had him weighed not that long ago. He's 170 pounds.
That's more than I weigh.
Yeah. And Brooklyn's 150 pounds.
Holy cow.
Okay? So I walk them individually because walking the 2 of them together is 320 pounds. So if they decide to go someplace, I'm a kite. Right? So that's why I walk each one individually. And like if one of them wants to stop and sniff a leaf, and for some reason they like leaves, so they stop and sniff a leaf, I'm got my ear pods in and I'm walking along, and all of a sudden they stop and boom, it pulls me back. I've hurt my back being pulled by these dogs.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah, I have nothing to complain about.
Yeah. And, well, their poop is easy to pick up because it's like picking up a Yorkie. You're not having to try and dig through stuff. But...
You were saying the picking up poop is easy, and I was like, what is he going to say? Why would it be easy? Is it like a rock?
Well, we feed them raw food.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, so the raw food, there's no, like, bad fillers or anything like that. So, we're supposed to be talking about camera stuff. We're talking about dogs. Anyways,
that's how this started.
Yeah. So, with raw food, there's no fillers or anything like that. Like, it's just raw food. And so, their body processes everything really well. So, their poops are like solid little rocks almost. Like, they're...
Are they little? They're like pooping boulders.
Yeah, so like normally you'd think a great 170-pound Great Dane, you'd have a pile like that, right? No, it's like a little log that big, like nice and simple to pick up.
Little Yule log.
Yeah, exactly. So a Titan log or a
oh my
log.
God.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Enough about
so this is
dog
supposed
stuff.
Yeah, this is supposed to be about cameras.
Yes. Yes.
And life. That was life. That was our morning routine.
Yes.
We're dog people.
Yes. Okay. So, what was the first thing we were going to talk about?
Was it Fuji?
Oh, yes. Yes. There is the slight possibility that Fuji is releasing their mount for
Sigma
or other third-party manufacturers to make lenses for Fuji. Fuji's been like very what's the word I want to use? Protective
Yes.
of
Yeah.
their mounts. Their lens mounts. Not that the camera mounts things.
They're horses.
Yes.
No. Do not near my steed, sir. Oh my
Wow.
god.
You need another coffee.
I need more than water.
Oh, is that
Um,
just water?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. It's not tequila or anything.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
But yeah, with Fuji, I honestly wish that Fuji did this earlier.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
when I first started working here, I was shooting with a Nikon D7100, which, bless her heart, she was a great camera. Got me through so much, but I wanted to switch. And I remember I was looking at Sony and like all these different brands because it was the first time I had actually been exposed to all these different brands. And Fuji was one that I would always, always borrow when we had like a day that we weren't working or something. And I loved it. The only downside, one of the downsides was it not being full frame or anything. It would be more like a hobby camera, I think, for me instead of like a studio camera. But I wish Sigma came out with, like, I wish they did this earlier because I
Oh,
would
yeah.
have been way faster to purchase Fuji, like an XT2 or something.
Well, like I recently switched from Canon to Olympus, and I know there's not a lot of Micro Four third-party options. Like Sigma has like 3 or 4 lenses for Micro Four Thirds, and there's a few other companies out there, but a lot of them are manual focus. But if there was Sigma lenses available for the Fuji, I would have jumped on board with Fuji because
Yeah.
I was looking at the XT4 with the 100 to 400, which would have been a nice setup. But I ended up deciding going with Olympus,
Yeah.
and 2 days later they sell their camera division, bastards. Anyways,
They heard you coming.
yes, yes,
I think that would be the story for a lot of us in stores. A lot of us would have switched to Fuji if we knew that they were going to release Sigma, which we still can, but
yeah.
I'm a
That's
little in the
lot of
hole
money.
with my money right now because
Yeah.
I just got another new camera. I've been through 2, and it makes me wonder if Fuji had come up with the Sigma lenses and all that fun stuff before, would I have been through 2 cameras by now?
Good question.
Because the first camera I was not happy with at all.
Yeah.
It's a Nikon D750, nothing wrong with it. I just have very high expectations. And I just switched to a Z6, which I absolutely love. It's not the Mark II, it's the Mark I, but I love it.
Why didn't you get the Mark II?
Because it wasn't available to employees.
Okay.
Because it was still in pre-order when I got it.
Okay.
So
Alrighty.
employees can't unless you're, yeah,
And you didn't want to wait.
no.
Okay.
I also didn't want to pay full price.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not a secret.
No.
Employees don't pay full price. We play close to it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. That's the thing. There's not a lot of markup in cameras.
no. No. It's like, oh, sweet, I work at a camera store now. I'm going to get like a sick camera discount. And they're like, all right,
Yeah.
this is what you get. And I'm like, excuse me?
Well, like when I bought my 6D Mark II, Black Friday pricing
Yeah.
was $10 cheaper than my employee
Yeah.
pricing.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, we shouldn't complain. It's
Yeah.
basically like we have Black Friday pricing all year. Well, yeah, pretty much for the most part. Sometimes in-store sales will be better than our employee sales. So, but yeah, I still do want a Fuji, but the one that I want now doesn't even interchange the lens. So I guess that doesn't matter. I want the X100V. Is it X100V? Yeah. The one that has a built-in lens.
So a point and shoot.
Yes. I would like a really nice, expensive point and shoot.
Yeah.
But the whole point of me wanting that was because I was lugging my 750 around, and I shoot with the Sigma 50 1.4, which is my baby. I love that lens.
Oh, the 1.4
Oh.
lenses from Sigma are, oh yeah.
Just gorgeous.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I was lugging a lot of weight around, and we went to Toronto with some friends for a week, and I was like, oh, I'm going to take some pictures of my friends. I took no pictures of my friends, because why would I want to lug that around when we're walking around all day?
Yep.
And then I was like, I'm going to get a X100V one of these days. Then I switched to a Z6, and I bring the Z6 with me more often than not because I can still use my 1.4. So
Yeah. And it's
still
nice and
lighter.
lightweight and
Oh yeah,
small and
it's still
compact.
nice.
So,
Yeah. People don't like get afraid when they see such a big camera anymore. They're like, oh, she's not a professional. No need to worry about her.
That's what I
They're
like about
not
the
wrong.
Olympus. The Olympus are nice and small and compact.
Hmm.
I don't know if they're going to stay that way. Hopefully, the new company will take care of things properly. A little bit of a sore spot, so just saying. And Nikon. What was it? They
They let go of,
20% of their
I think it was 20% of their international employees in manufacturing.
they're switching their manufacturing over to Malaysia.
No, Thailand.
Thailand.
Thailand. Because
Thailand.
they were doing a lot of their manufacturing in Thailand to begin with.
Right.
With like, I think, I might be wrong, but I think the Z series lenses were manufactured in Thailand and the bodies were manufactured, I think, in Japan.
Okay.
And now I think they're doing everything in Thailand. I'm just looking for that text to confirm it was 20%, but I'm pretty sure that, yeah, 20% of international workforce.
So
But it's interesting.
it's
yeah,
a sign of the times, right? And like point and shoot cameras. I reading that article. Like sales of their DSLRs and their mirrorless are down like 20 or 30% or something like that. But point and shoots are down like 60 to 70%.
Oh yeah, like they actually mentioned. I'm just gonna pull the article up on my phone, because we had talked about this earlier this week before the podcast because it was something we wanted to mention. So in another article, Nikon states that cameras will continue to be the core of its business, and while that market continues to shrink, Nikon will focus its efforts on who it believes will purchase them, professionals and hobbyists. So, with that being said, I don't know if they're going to be taking out other things that they like, not focusing on. Like, I'm trying to think of everything else Nikon makes: binoculars,
Yeah.
glass for glasses.
Yeah.
It also makes me wonder if they're going to start outsourcing their glass, because if they stop making glass for glasses, are they going to keep making their glass for their own lenses? Which I don't think they would stop that. That's the whole point of, I don't know what to expect anymore. I was ride or die Nikon, and I have no comment. I don't know how to feel anymore.
But that's the
I'm
thing,
heartbroken.
like the entry level stuff and the point and shoots, your phone does it all now.
Yeah.
And the image quality out of your phone is amazing. But trying to get the shallow depth of field, they're getting better at it, but still not as good as a camera. Low light capabilities, still not as good as like a DSLR or a mirrorless camera, full frame, right? So, and zoom. If you're looking at getting any zoom out of your camera, or out of your phone, good luck. Like, you go anywhere past 2 times zoom and you're screwed.
Yeah. I don't think that's something that they can really get around with phones. Like,
No.
the only way that they can get around it are phone lenses, which we've seen more people coming in, like at work, asking about phone lenses. But even then, the telephoto lenses are literally just a magnifying glass on top of your phone.
Yeah.
So it's better than your digital zoom, but it's there. Like, everybody's like, people come in and be like, "Oh, the camera industry, aren't you dying? Like, what about phones?" Like, well, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But phones don't do everything.
But like the little clip-on lenses for your phones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've seen $50 ones, and they're crap. And I have a $250 set at home that I've used twice, and it's crap.
Yeah, I can't think of anything there. I was looking for other just news and updates this week and like last week within camera world, but there wasn't a lot.
No,
Which I
there's,
guess
like,
is good.
It's been very quiet, like,
Mhm.
except for like the Z6 and
Yeah.
the Z6 Mark II and the Z7 Mark II. I took the R5,
R6.
R6 out. I took the R6 out for a run.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah, I watched your video.
You watched my video?
Yes, I did. Shameless
Good.
self-plug.
Right on. Yes,
For
I have a
you.
YouTube channel, Chuck Desjardins Photography. Check it out. I took the R6 out and I had the Sigma 150 to 600, and I shot some geese with it.
Some goose.
Yeah.
Goose.
Oh man,
Some
the
geeses.
animal eye detect autofocus on that thing is ridiculously good. The 5-axis image stabilization was good. I was not that impressed with it. My Olympus does a better job, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Right? And then I took that 24 to 105, the kit lens, the f4 to 7.1.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a kit lens.
Oh, that's the one that
So
comes
it's not
with
the new,
R6.
it's not the f4L series lens. It's just a USM lens. And it's a pretty good lens, but like as soon as you zoom in, you lose that f4 aperture, right? So
Yeah.
it drops down to 7.1.
I can't believe it's an f4 to 7.1.
Yeah,
Why is it variable?
I don't know. Like,
All the other ones, like
But
the
that's-
kit lens you get with DSLR and stuff, it's an f4, and
Yeah.
that's it.
well,
end
that's
of
the thing,
story.
is like the R is no longer available as a kit with the 24 to 105 f4. So I don't know if they're trying to get rid of the 24 to 105 f4 or what's going on. But that was a sweet, sweet lens. Now to get the body only or the body with the kit lens is only like a $300 difference.
Oh.
So it is a cheap lens. It is a pretty good lens though. Like,
But
it's
they were
not-
doing that for like an extra 400 or 500 with the f4 before.
It was closer to 1,000.
Really?
Yeah,
I feel like I definitely saw it cheaper, but
maybe on Black
get your
Friday.
shit
or
together,
something.
Canon.
Yeah,
What's with the 7.1?
yeah.
Even
exactly.
a 5.6 would be tolerable, but a 7.1's a little nuts.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with that 7.1. Like f4 to 5.6, yeah, that would have been great. 7.1, no.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
Do you have any more fun facts? I feel like half of the beginning half of this little podcast was talking about dogs, poop, and bees.
So my dogs do not poop bees, but my
Really?
bees poop
Mine do.
dogs.
What? I like it. It's good.
Yeah. Actually, Titan likes to chase bees.
Has he ever
Caught?
run into one or caught
Oh,
one?
he's caught them. So
Poor
he
dog.
catches them. No, they don't sting him or anything like that.
They're just so intimidated. They're like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for inconveniencing you, sir.
I guess it's the buzzing. So he'll catch them in his mouth, they buzz, and he spits them out.
Do they live?
Well, because they've got like slobber on them, they can't fly now.
Oh my god.
So they're on the ground, he keeps nuzzling them, but every time he nuzzles them, they buzz, right? So he just, it's like a little game with him.
Oh my god. He's like, are you alright?
Yeah,
Hey,
exactly.
you good? You good,
Yeah.
homie?
Yeah, and he wants to chase rabbits around. And
They're pretty fast.
yes, and I don't know what would happen if he caught a rabbit. I don't know if it would be the same thing as he does with the bees, where he slobbers them and the rabbit just goes into panic mode and
Pretends to die.
yeah, and
Or, like,
Titan's
dies
like, "Are
of
you
shock."
okay?" Or is he gonna grab it and shake it and destroy it?
Do you think he's like that though? Like, does he typically get really destructive, or do you think he's just doing it for the chase?
I don't know, because he's never caught another animal. He destroys his toys, but he's very, I don't know, he's very gentle about destroying his toys. So, like, he'll take a stuffed toy and he'll have like an ear, right? And he'll just like gnaw on the ear forever.
Is he like a psychopath? He likes to torture his victims slowly and in a very
Exactly.
specific
Yeah.
style. First, he cuts off your ear. Then he lets you live through it.
He doesn't
Takes it off nicely, a clean
Yeah.
cut.
So he doesn't just rip it off, right? He'll gnaw on it. So now we're getting into serial killer talk here, right?
This
So
is also something we like to talk about, serial killers.
So picture a dog not biting your ear,
Gnawing it.
just gnawing
Oh.
on it until it is like raw,
Oh, God.
and then he just decides to go rip. He spits it out,
He has
and then
the
he just
technique.
starts taking all the stuffing out of the.
Oh my god.
So
Oh my god.
yeah, so like he'll be gnawing on it. He's very quiet about it too, right? So we're sitting there having dinner or whatever, and he's gnawing on his toy, and then next thing you know, it looks like we had a snowstorm on his little bed.
There's a
So
murder
there's
in the house.
Stuffing everywhere. Oh yeah.
Ruby does that, but she consumes it. She eats the stuff.
Yeah, well,
She's a
Titan,
cannibal.
yeah, Titan does a little bit. But you got to be careful with that
Yeah.
because
We have to be really careful with the toys that I'm talking about her like she's my dog.
yeah,
She's been in the family for a long time, but we have to be really careful with what toys she gets. We have toys that she cannot consume. So like the Bully Make that are literally made for like, I don't know, pit bulls. This little Yorkie gets those toys because she's just unreal. If she wants to destroy something, we'll get her like Pizzle. Have you ever heard of a Pizzle?
oh, that's like the bull penis.
Yeah, yeah.
God,
because
man.
so before, well,
sorry.
during this,
When I saw these things, it looked like a long piece of rawhide, and I was like, okay,
they stink too.
oh yeah,
Oh yeah, they reek.
because I've seen them at pet stores, and it's like, ew.
Yeah, it's like, oh, what kind of? There's so many different kinds of bones that you can get dogs, but we started getting Ruby Pizzle because she has dietary restrictions, so she can't have a lot of like, I don't know if it's a lot of fat that she can't have or something, but the Pizzle is like something that the vet recommended as like a treat or an alternative to a bone that she could have, and we're like, oh, cool, and then we looked up what it was, and we're like, oh my
So yeah,
god.
yeah, so she can't have a lot of fat. She's very dietary restrictions, but bull penis is on the diet.
Yes. What's on the menu tonight?
Bull penis.
Dick.
Oh man. Anyways,
All right.
yeah. So I think that's going to be it for today's episode.
That was a good one.
Yes.
That was a good one. We'll have
Alright.
we'll have to come up with some good stuff for next time.
Yes. So we're going to try and do this once a week or every 2 weeks.
I don't know yet. I'm thinking one a week would be nice, but
Like, I don't know how many.
I don't know. I don't know. No, I'm thinking once a week would be nice. I just have to manage my time better next
Exactly.
week.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alrighty then. Okay. So this is F that
Photo chat.
signing off for another week. See you next
Toodaloo,
time.
motherfuckers.